Let's talk about sweets cravings because it's a real thing, especially this time of year. And I hear from a lot of you who are, so quote unquote good all day, and then you really struggle with the sweets cravings at night, or maybe it's that. For me, it would always be that late afternoon kind of witching hour where it really hit me. So today I want to share my top 5 tips for managing sweets cravings because they're not really good or bad. It's just they're a thing that happens and we can absolutely manage it. So, starting with tip number 1, and you probably knew I was going to say this, prioritize protein and produce. I can't stress this to you enough. Getting protein, starting building your meals around high quality, protein dense foods. We are talking beef, chicken, turkey, fish, shellfish, eggs, maybe some low fat dairy like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt if you tolerate it, and then filling in with those colorful fruits and veggies for all those antioxidants. Getting your protein from real food, getting your micronutrients from real food. This is going to help you tremendously with cravings of all kinds. So, first of all, we can talk about the protein leverage hypothesis, which states that our bodies will continue seeking food until our protein needs are met. What are your protein needs? I would be aiming for 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. For example, say you right now you weigh 150, but 140 would be your ideal weight. I'd be aiming for at least 140 grams of protein per day from real food. I do supplement. I'm big on collagen because we're not like a collagen peptide supplement because we're not getting those amino acids typically in our food unless you're doing a lot of bone broth. But I really like us to see you getting as much of your protein from real food and not shakes, bars, any of that stuff that are generally over processed flavorings, colorings, and they're hyper palatable, which can actually lead to sweets cravings, which we don't want. So prioritize protein and produce. That is tip number 1. You will find cravings of all kinds are greatly diminished. They may even go away when you simply start prioritizing protein. So give that a try. That is absolutely my number 1 tip. Number 2, prioritize sleep. I feel like we really need to bring sleep into the health conversation more often. Sleep is so important for so many things, and it helps to balance these hormones, ghrelin and leptin, which affect hunger and satiety. So when these hormones are balanced, you're going to get hungry at appropriate times, and you're going to feel satiated, satisfied. I don't believe we need to feel full. We want to feel satisfied. So optimizing your sleep is going to help with that. I think we've all seen those times when we didn't get enough sleep and we wanted all of the sweets kind of feeling that would give us energy, which we know it doesn't. If anything, it's a crash, quick high, sugar high, and then a crash. So again, work on sleep, prioritize protein and produce, and prioritize sleep. Really work on optimizing your sleep. It's not necessarily more sleep, although most of us could use more, but really working on getting the best sleep that we can. Number 3, and here's a little tough love. Stop bringing crap into the house. It's really that simple. We are grown-ass adults. Why are we bringing foods into the house that we cannot resist? And I will use myself as an example. If there are chocolate chips in this house and the bag is open, I'm going to eat them. So you know what? As a rule, I don't buy them. If I do, it's for a recipe where they'll be used up. I'm taking something. Again, it's not that chocolate is bad. I enjoy chocolate, but I know when I start eating those semi-sweet chocolate chips, it's just the right amount of sweetness. It's a little sweeter than the chocolate I normally eat. And I just kind of want more and more and more. So I don't bring them into the house. So whatever food that is that you can't resist, stop bringing it into the house. Again, you're an adult. You make the decisions. If it's your kids, if it's your partner, if it's whatever, wanting certain things, can you ask them to, maybe they could support you and not bring the stuff into the house. At the end of the day, it's up to you. And you can choose not to eat it. Or maybe if there's some ice cream, maybe they could get a flavor that you don't like as much or something like that, just to not have stuff that you can't resist, or those things that when you take one bite, you can't stop. Just don't have them in your house. I'm not saying don't ever eat them, but make it a little harder to have access to them. Think about that. Um, Number three, find some healthier alternatives. For example, I have recipes in both of my cookbooks, things like my 50-calorie brownies, my that have truly 50 calories and are made with real food ingredients. Um, my better peanut butter cookies that have 75 calories each and 8 grams of protein. Wait, what? These are sweetened with monk fruit, made with real food ingredients. And you're going to find when you have sweets like this, they're really delicious and satisfying. And you don't want more and more. I mean, the brownies, I could have two, I'll eat two, maybe three, but they're real food. I'm satisfied. There's actually fiber in them, eggs, like nourishing things, and they satisfy that chocolate itch because I get that sometimes. We all do. So and I have a new recipe, CoverGirl cookies, in honor of my current run for Maximum CoverGirl 2025, the year that we take it all the way. There is a link to vote at the top of my YouTube. So find healthier alternatives, and have those on hand. And I love to have these things and wrap up extras, have them in the freezer. So when I want a little something, I know it's there. Um, and then my fifth tip, enjoy that sweet treat with intention and move on. So if you really want the regular, the chocolate bar, the banana split, I don't know, whatever it is, go ahead and have it with great intention, enjoying every bite, savoring every bite, enjoying the moment, no guilt, no shame, and move on. So if you can learn to do that, and for some people it's better, especially when you're first on this journey, it's probably better to avoid those things entirely for a while and kind of help to lose that taste for sugar, retrain your taste buds a little bit. But there are many people that are very able to enjoy these things with great intention, no guilt, no shame, and you just move on. So that's always an option too. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like my content on YouTube, I'd be honored if you subscribe. That tells YouTube that this message is relevant, that you can love your body and your life at any age. Thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing day.